G'day, what's happening, fellas? It is Skippy the Gamer back again with another video, and today we are going to be looking at the Guardian new specialization beta for the new expansion for Guild Wars 2, which I am very excited about. And the name of this one is the Willbender for the Guardian. Alright. And so, just like the other videos, we'll be going through their new weapon, their new skills, and then seeing how they play out in battle. Alright? Not too much to these videos, but simple, but hopefully somewhat informative. Just getting down and just doing it very, very basic, very bare boned here. Okay? So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, with the Willbender on the Guardian, what's special about them is that they get the sword in their offhand. Normally they would only have a main hand sword, but for their specialization, they can now wield a sword in their offhand. Alright, and from what I've seen, and I've played around with this one before recording, and it's different. It's very different for the Guardian, the specialization. Like, it's very different, okay? Alright. So, for sword skill 4, Executioner's Calling. Strike your foe with a rending force. After a successful hit, follow up this attack with a dual strike. So since there's no targets here, we won't be seeing the dual strike, but this is what it looks like. So it's just a slash, and so yeah, it's very basic, and it implies vulnerability. And the second attack is actually quite powerful, and it can actually hit 3 targets, which is pretty okay. Advancing Strike. Quickly dash forward towards your foe, then shadow step to deliver a debilitating attack that first slows, then immobilizes your foes. That's interesting, that. So it slows first, then immobilizes. It's a combo finisher whirl, and this is what it looks like. Oh, wrong one. So you dash forward, and then you shadow step to them. Range 500. That's a very different sort of a skill. We'll have to test it out on an enemy to really understand it. Their virtues. Their virtues are very different. We don't get a passive effect anymore, like we normally did. Now it's all very physical. Oh yeah, might I add, their new skill is physical. So, yeah, we can see where this is going to go down. So, Rushing Justice, the virtue. Rush toward your target and gain justice, delivering a strike and emanating Willbender flames. Removes other active virtue effects. So, impact damage, 384. You gain justice. For 8 seconds, consecutive attacks cause burning. And I also gain a light aura. Willbender flames. Manifest flames that damage enemies on an interval. Okay. Justice. Bit of tempo. So, I don't really understand manifest flames that damage enemies on an interval. I mean, where were the flames? Rush toward your target and gain justice, delivering a strike and emanating Willbender flames. Does that only happen if I'm in combat? Because where are the flames? There's no flames. You'd think that the flames would come up from behind, but anyway. Flowing Resolve. Virtue. Remove conditions and gain Flowing Resolve. Rush forward and evade attacks while leaving Willbender flames in your wake. Removes other Removes other active virtue effects. Heal on trigger, 729. Flowing Resolve. For 6 seconds, consecutive attacks grant regenerative effects. Okay. Willbender Flames. Leave a trail of flames in your wake that damages enemies. See, there's the flames. There's the flames, but there weren't any flames. I think that's a bug that they're going to have to fix in the studio. All right. Crashing Courage. Virtue. Shadow Step a short distance while gaining boons and emanating Willbender Flames from your location. Gain Courage. Removes other active virtue effects. Crashing Courage. Consecutive attacks grant boons. Okay, so I get granted a geese, stability, and swiftness. And Willbender Flames are the same. Okay, pretty cool. I like that. Though it doesn't seem to do any damage, though that sort of an attack looks like it should cause damage, so I think they need to change the skill up a bit and have the impact when you shadow step to cause some sort of big damage sort of thing, because it looks like it should. I mean, we'll wait for it to charge up, and I mean, like, just look at it. When we pop it, it looks like it should be something that deals heavy damage. I mean, watch this. But apparently it does nothing except leave behind the Willbender Flames. That's just... what? That should do damage. ArenaNet, make that do on that first lot up there. Make it do some sort of impact damage. It definitely needs it. Alright, let's get on to the skills. Alright, the heal skill, which is an ammo skill. Physical. Guard yourself with light, negating the next incoming strike and healing you instead. Even if the strike would have been lethal, can't talk. If an effect causes damage that would be lethal, that damage would be negated and I would be healed instead. If no attacks or lethal damage is negated, you'll be healed for the lowest set amount. So healed if attacked is 4,356. Heal if no attacks are reversed, only 2,178. And the block, that's a very short window. The block only lasts for 1 second. That's a very short time. That's not a lot of time to get a heal off. I reckon it should be maybe 1.5, maybe 2 seconds long. That would make that a bit more stronger. And I think the heal should be stronger, because my past experience while using this is a bit... So I've changed up my stats, so hopefully in this preview it should be a bit better. Alright, heal crack. Physical. Perform a quick heal strike that stuns your target. So this is a stun ability. Pretty impressive. Rolling light. Physical. Break, stun, and dodge backward. So there's your stun break. Blinding foes and gaining swiftness. Then gain access to quick retribution. Quick retribution. Lunge forward and unleash a disorientating strike at your foe while dazing them. And the daze is 3 seconds, which is pretty good. So dodge backwards, and then wham. So yeah, I can see the potential in that skill. Pretty good. Whirling light. Lunge forward and perform a whirlwind kick, weakening and burning any foes left in your wake. So it's a whirl and it has 600 range. I mean, it looks pretty good, and the damage is okay. 4 hits, 2,000 a pop. Pretty impressive. And then we have this one. Flash combo. Shadow step to your target and strike at them multiple times. If all attacks hit, gain access to repose. So 5 attacks, 1,500 damage. Pretty good. Repose. Shadow Step to flash combo starting point. And apparently it does damage for some reason too. And, well, I didn't teleport, but yeah, so that's pretty much the skill. It's just a sort of, it's like one of those, it's like that skill from the Daredevil, that their physical skill. So this one's more of a copycat for that, for the Daredevil, and it's feeling very Daredevilish. All these skills, very acrobatic. I mean, that's pretty much exactly that skill, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called. But anyway, and for the final one, Heaven's Palm. Physical. Slam the ground, knocking down your targeted foe. Foes that aren't targeted are knocked back instead. So the maximum knockback distance is 240, and initial target knockdown time is a 4-second knockdown. That is huge. That is huge. The radius is only 240, so it's a pretty small window, but oof. That's harsh. That's very harsh. So those are all the skills. So now let's move over onto the traits that we get. Willbender training. The Guardian's virtues are now movement based, giving them a swift advantage in combat. Gain access to the physical skill type. Alright. Boon Pact. You gain concentration, but any boons you apply to allies have reduced duration. Now, when I first went over these off camera, I was a bit with them. Like, they're very different. Like, I mean, look at this. You gain concentration, which is boon duration, but any boon you grant your allies, the duration is decreased by 50%. That's like, what? Where's this going? And same with this one, and it's the same for this whole column. Power for power. Your toughness is reduced, but you gain the same amount in power. So toughness is negative 240, but I also gain power by 240. It's very, I don't know how to explain it, but the way that they're going about this in this first column seems it's very different. Something that we've never ever seen before in the game. It's very unique. And then Consider. Outgoing healing potency is reduced, but healing power is increased. So healing power increased by 240, but healing increased to others is negative 33%. Like, so everything is pointing towards anything that's applied to you is buffed, but anything you give to your allies is reduced heavily by the sounds of things. Except for this one. This one's kind of like both negative for me but positive for me at the same time. So I lose my toughness, but I gain the same amount of power. So, but these two on the other hand, so any boon that I get, I have the concentration increase. But any boon I give anybody else, the duration is reduced by 50. That's a whopper, 50%. And then same with here, I get the healing power increase of 240, but then healing to others is reduced by 33%. That's it's very different. I find that very, I never expected to see that. Alright, moving on. Righteous Sprint. Gain increased movement speed. Gain swiftness when you activate a virtue. Okay. Restorative virtues. While a virtue is active, activating another virtue reduces the initial virtue's cooldown time by its remaining duration. So if I pop that, then immediately. So wait, I want to test this. So 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So wait, how does that go again? While a virtue is active, activating another virtue reduces the initial virtue's cooldown time by its remaining duration. Ah, so, yeah. So since I popped that one, immediately after popping this one, it reduces it by 6 seconds. Okay. I gotcha. Okay then. How about if we pop that? Pop that. Yeah. I can see that being used. Alright. Holy Reckoning. Willbender flames inflict increased damage and heal you when they hit an enemy. Okay. Activating Courage. Is that this one? That's Justice. Flying Resolve. Ah, this one's Courage. So, yep. Activating Courage grants protection and resolution. Shadow Stepping grants resistance. Okay. Interesting. So I've been going with that one. Lethal Tempo. Each time you activate a virtue or your virtue's passives are triggered, gain a damage bonus. Gaining stacks of this boon refreshes other stacks. Okay. So Lethal Tempo is just a flat 5% damage. Pretty neat. Lethal Tempo grants increased damage, but has reduced duration. Okay, Justice duration is modified. Okay. Gain Alacrity. So, Phoenix Protocol. Gain Alacrity and Regeneration when Resolve's effect triggers, but you no longer heal. Resolve has a modified duration. So which one's Resolve? Oh yeah, Resolve. So, gain Alacrity and Regeneration when Resolve's effect triggers. Oh yeah, it does heal you. Heal on trigger. Okay, but if I pop this, Resolve has a grant regenerative effects. Okay, I get it now. I'm a little bit slow. Okay, you will have to forgive me. I'm quite slow. This is all very new. So, I get it now. Consecutive attacks grant regenerative effects. Okay, so if I just keep okay, so then I could be just getting one of those 3 boons every time that I attack. Okay, but if I do that, I get the heal, but I don't get those additional boons. Gotcha. So what? It's only a 3% damage, but 6 seconds. 5% damage, 4 seconds. Killing the foe extends the duration of Courage up to the maximum duration. You cannot be downed while Courage is active. Courage no longer grants a gaze, and its initial duration is reduced. Courage increases, so Courage is this one Courage? That's Justice. This one's Courage. You gain Courage. Crashing Courage. Consecutive attacks grant boons. Okay. Courage increase per kill. Ah, so I have to kill people. Okay. Maximum allowed increase 4 seconds. So pretty much you can only kill 2 people for it to really be effective. So what else does it do? Killing a foe extension of Courage up to the maximum duration. You cannot be downed while Courage is active. So that's the trade-off. That's the positive about that one. is that if you're getting low, pop courage, hopefully you kill him, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how to explain things, okay? But then... But courage is active. Courage no longer grants a geese, and its initial duration is reduced to 4 seconds. As opposed to 6. Well, I'm just going to be running this, and these trait lines as well. Resolution increases chance. Sorry, resolution and all of that. Alright, and I'm running soldier stats. Originally, I was running berserker stats, but I found that I kept dying a lot, so I decided for the demonstration I would switch to soldier stats, which would grant me more toughness and vitality, while still maintaining flat power. Alright, now as usual, we'll attack this guy for a test run. And out of all of the professions, the specializations so far, for Harbinger and Virtuoso, I was able to kill this guy using Berserker stats, except for this one. I kept dying with Berserker stats, so hopefully with soldier stats it should even the playing field a little bit. Alright, let's give it a whirl. Also, do I want to change that to that stun? Yeah, I want to change that to the stun.
Give yourself to King Joko.
Submit!
Why isn't my heal working? I gotta say, I like the sound effect.
Outlander may be worthy of awakening.
Alright, I think soldier stats are the way to go with this specialization. It still pumps out high enough damage, but it also gives you that more of that survivability. Because as you saw, he was getting my health down really low, and I was only just able to keep myself alive. Alright, before we do the hero point, let's just try out on some of these, just some of these enemies here. too bad. It's a bit of a powerhouse. Alright. Alright, we saw in the last video, we saw how well the Virtuoso took out the Hydra. Let's see how well we can take out the Hydra. Why didn't I dodge? Okay. Oh, come on! Okay, not doing well at all. Not doing well at all. Dodge, damn it! I thought that was supposed to be a block attack. About time. There we go, finally. Alright, let's try this hero point. Alright, bugger you. My heal literally did nothing. Nothing. What was that? My heal did nothing. My heal literally did nothing.
Rally to me.
Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Ah, bugger you. Come on, heal, heal, heal. Get me up. See, why didn't it block? Okay, I guess that's a
I'm
thing.
in trouble.
We killed each other. That was wonderful. That was beautiful.
I'll remember this.
Thank you. See, I know it's only the beta, but this thing isn't registering properly. When I've been getting attacked, you all saw that in the footage just then. I was getting attacked while I was blocking, but it was failing to trigger. I would pop that, run up to him, and I'll just get knocked back and boom. And no heal was made. So, yeah. I'm not impressed with that. It looks like the Willbender has had the least work done on it before this beta week. The Virtuoso and the Necromancer, Harbinger, they're a lot more polished, but this one feels a lot more unfinished. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say. It feels very unfinished because, well, for one, the heal skill is bugging out like there's no tomorrow. I'll just try and find try and find some enemies to test it out on. This guy's aggro. Doesn't damage me a bit. Right, I'll pop the heal. See, it's not healing me for very much at all. And that skill also needs to be a lot quicker. It might just be because my internet connection is pretty poor at the moment, so it's lagging a bit, but still. Though all in all, not too bad. I reckon it just needs a bit more polishing, and then it'll be ready to go. But yeah, so far I'm not really going for the Guardian at the moment. Harbinger and Virtuoso, they are absolutely good. They feel satisfying. They're strong. They feel, well, not very balanced because it's beta, but I feel like they're on the right track. They're doing very, very well for themselves. But for Guardian, it feels, I see what they're going for, and it's probably just because it's not my play style that I'm being a little bit biased here, but definitely work on fixing the bugs out. I mean, maybe buff the heal a bit, because that heal is very tiny. It is a very tiny heal. And so, yeah. Anyway, that will be it for this video. Those are my thoughts on the Willbender. Not as strong as the Virtuoso and the Harbinger. I'm not talking like an actual strength, but like as specializations. I am being a bit biased. I'm not really for the Willbender. Virtuoso and Harbinger, oh, they're good. They're really good. I think the Willbender needs to needs a bit more work done on it before it'll be really something. Because at the moment, it's fun to play around with, and I gotta say, the sound effect for this skill, oof, I know it's just a sound effect, but oh, it sounds good. That sounds cool. That sounds really cool. But yeah, amongst with other things, or maybe it's just because my build, I don't have a build properly set up for it, but yeah, my thoughts on the Willbender, it needs a bit more work done on it. Just a bit of tweaking here and there, a few bug fixes, and I reckon it's going to be a solid choice for the Guardian. But yeah, enough of me raving and yeah, enough of me. I will let you guys get back to your day, and hey, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, that's it from me. Peace out.